This is Noel from Oasis. Anyway, forget that stupid old woman's speech. It's Christmas, you see, and you need some Oasis now, so stay tuned.
You dedicate to when they stop dancing. You gotta roll with it, you gotta take it down, you gotta say what you say, don't let anybody get in your way, 'cause it's all too much for me to take. Don't ever start a sign, don't ever be denied. You wanna be and you be if you're coming with me. I think I've got a feeling I've lost inside. I think I'm gonna take me away at night. I'm thinking of things that I just can't abide.
Is it possible for you to point at the any changes in the way that you look at Manchester since you become successful as opposed to when you were growing up? I mean, there's obviously a lyric that kind of stands out there.
Yeah. This escapes me at the moment. I don't... See, when you're growing up, it's just home and it's somewhere where you want to... Because you always think where you're living and what you're doing when you're young, that the grass is always greener on the other side, and then when you leave that place, then you find out that everywhere's just exactly the same, just that people have got different accents, really. So, I suppose I thought Manchester was different in a way when I was young, because I thought that, you know, it had been singled out for being boring and poverty-stricken, and then you sort of go everywhere else and find out that everywhere's exactly the same, really. Every place has got its good points and its bad points, and it's nice people and it's not so very nice people, and it's got its gangs and its drug dealers, and it's you know, it's football hooligans and all the rest of it. When you're famous, it's like you travel in a little bubble anyway, so nothing is, so you don't really have any roots. So it's like, it's not like you move to London and then you just sort of like you fit into this London lifestyle. It's like you're a rock and roll star, so you're in your own little world anyway. So I suppose I've changed, but it wasn't moving away that changed. It was, you know, it's becoming famous.
Does that bubble get burst when you come back here at all?
No, not really. No, I mean, I suppose it would do if I went out for a beer tonight or something like that, just down the pub where I used to go, you know, down the Farmer's Arms or something like that. It would, but they're not going to let me do that, are they? You know, and I wouldn't want them.
We're not going to let your brother go down the driveway, that's...
Well, no, because he's bad. Yes.
What makes you more nervous, playing in front of your mum or playing in front of the whole world?
I'm not nervous about you don't... I don't really notice. Well, you don't, because there's just like a lot of cameras, isn't there?
Mm.
Well, I suppose if you were just about to go into a guitar solo and thought, there's about 20 million people watching that, you might do something silly and start playing it like Ringo Starr or something like that. But I don't. We just tend to live just to do it for that moment, for the gig, because there's nothing worse than there'll be 10,000 people here tonight. There'd be nothing worse than them lot watching us playing for like 25 million people who are not there. So you just got to play for them people in that building and just try not to worry about the cameras, really. But we're quite used to the cameras now anyway, because nearly everything that we do gets filmed or shot by someone in some capacity. So, you know.
Beginning to feel like Madonna.
Yeah, the hormone tablet's working. I want a massive pair of tits growing, actually.
It's still on the sort of subject of development, you know, now that you're worth, what, 60 million, I believe the figure
Don't
is,
say that. Don't. Every time anybody says, is it 60 now? Is it 60?
That's what I read there, it was a rumour or something. Well, let's say you're not really going to have to worry about money for a while.
Let's say he's made a few quid.
And if you were ever materialistic, you now don't really need to be materialistic.
No, I've got... Once you've got somewhere to live, and you don't have to pay the rent, you don't have to worry about the bills, there's only so many pairs of shoes one can have, you see, and there's only so many cars one can drive. And as I can't drive anyway, you know, I've got more than enough cars for someone who can't drive. And I don't know, he's just sort of...
Does that mean you've become more aware, you're becoming more aware of the
no, you lose...
side of life?
Spirituality is a load of bollocks, right? You get up in the morning, you have something to eat, you do whatever it is you do during the day, you have something to eat at night, you have a drink, and then you go to bed. That's it. And then you do it again the day after that, until, slowly but surely, you sort of shrink and you get more wrinkly, and then you wither away and die.
So where do the songs come from, then?
Well, that's my spiritual side, isn't it? No, I don't believe in... I mean, I don't believe in heaven, I don't believe in hell or anything like that. No, I don't believe that there's a God.
Which one have you come closer to, though?
Well, if defining heaven means happiness, then I suppose it's heaven, but I'm not, you know, like, Liam would probably say hell, you know what I mean, because he's a bit of a drama queen, but everything's cool in my world. Everyone seems to like me, you know. I get on great with everybody else, and, you know, made a few quid, you know, got a roof over my head, got enough food in the cupboards, like a drink, you know, amongst other things, travel the world, write a few tunes. I got nothing to be miserable about, really.
Not really.
Life's a ball.
I need to be myself. I can't be no one else. I'm feeling supersonic. Give me gin and tonic. You can have it all, but I only see you want it. You made me laugh. Give me your autograph. Can I ride with you in BMW? You can stay with me in my yellow submarine. Survive out of no one's gonna tell me what I'm all about.
It's just drunken guitar pop. It's actually a good name for a drink, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Drunken guitar pop.
So nice, something for the kids.
Yeah, absolutely, for Christmas. It's just rock and roll music.
So, biggest rock and roll band
Yeah.
in the world, band of the decade, all of that stuff. Does that kind of...
I find it all a bit embarrassing, really. I mean, the thing is, like, when you get all these young bands that are coming through now, it's like everyone's the greatest band in the world now. Everyone's the biggest, the best band in the world. It was all right when we were saying it about 3 years ago, because no one was saying it then, but it's like every Tom, Dick and Harry now is, you know, all right, we're the best band in the world. It's like, yeah, oh, shut up.
So what are you now?
We're the 4th best band in history. That's the new one. That's behind the Beatles, the Sex Pistols and the Who. We've just overtaken the Rolling Stones because...
I was going to point that one out.
Yeah, because Keith Richards is getting to look more like his spitting image puppet every day.
I was wondering what qualities you think your music has that makes it so universal.
Well, the music is not very... Well, there's two ways of looking at this. A lot of people say the music is sort of pretty... It's the lowest common denominator music. It's not got more than 3 or 4 chords in it. It's very easy to listen to. And the lyrics are quite simple and they're generally about nothing, really, but I suppose people just make up their own interpretations of it. And people say that that's not very clever. But on the other hand, I think it must be very clever if it connects with millions and millions of people. I mean, I remember when Wonderwall took off around the world and it was #1 in about 1 billion countries or something.
I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me.
No one even knows what a Wonderwall is, right? It's from some 60s obscure film that George Harrison wrote the soundtrack for. So there's a lot of like probably Beatles fans who don't even know that, let alone people in like, you know, out in the Far East or somewhere like that. And I was thinking, well, you know, how mad is that? Because the Wonderwall isn't actually anything, but like all these, obviously people got on the sentiments of the songs, and it's about relationships between two people. But I think most of the songs are about pride and about just, you know, sticking your chest out, standing up for yourself, and just, I don't like not using the term having a laugh, but just enjoying life, because life ain't that bad, really. I mean, it can be for some people, but that's why I can never write miserable lyrics, like loads of miserable people write miserable lyrics, right?
A bunch of them from Manchester.
But I'm quite, you know, I'm quite a jolly happy-go-lucky type.
You never say anything nice about your lyrics, and you're a songwriter, and you won't let anybody else in the band write a song. and any time anybody asks you about the lyrics, you're always like, oh, it's nonsense, I'm not paying any attention and stuff. And it does sell millions and copies, and you're right, it lives in the hearts and minds of young people all over the world, so there's got to be something going on.